G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 17 of Brentford to Big Time. Today it is the end of the 25-26 season, so our third full season in charge of Brentford, and look, it's a mediocre one basically. There's not a whole lot of things to celebrate, but look, we're going to do a bit of a look around, see who's winning what, and obviously, of course, play the final game of the season, which is hosting Newcastle at the Brentford Community Stadium. So let's get into it. Before we do, make sure you leave us that like down below, subscribe if you are new around here, comment what you think of the video, who you think we should sign, all those things. If you think we should move on from Brentford now that, you know, season 3 is complete and we've finished, spoiler alert, we're finishing either 10th or 11th, probably 10th. Alright, plenty to look at. Firstly, as I said, we're going to do a bit of a look around, see who's won what, that sort of thing. So I thought I'd go back in time through the seasons that we have completed here in the Premier League. First season, of course, so we took over in March, Brentford finishing 9th, Manchester City winning that league comfortably over Liverpool and the chasing pack, I guess. Following season, we finished 11th. That was our sort of hardest season where we did have rumours about sackings and things like that. Finished 11th, Liverpool winning that one by 7 points over Manchester City, followed by Arsenal, Newcastle, and West Ham United finishing 5th, which is pretty cool to see. Following season, our best season, we finished 6th. That was last season. Tottenham won the league, bizarrely, and we finished 6th through to this season where, look, this is the picture as we approach the final fixture. All the relegation is already sorted. The champion is already sorted, and I mean, you know, the race for 4th place is pretty close. I mean, between Newcastle, Chelsea, and West Ham, it's very close. And even, I mean, United aren't technically out of it, but, you know. And then it comes to 10th, where we are on... Am I seeing this right? Are we on 51? We're on 51 points, so he got absolutely no hope of catching Tottenham. Everton could possibly catch us. Who have they got on the final day? Who have they got? They've got Watford. Okay, so they're getting 3 points. In case Watford have got 15 points on the season, so might just go down, I think. As for other competitions, I guess, if we look at the FA Cup across the seasons, firstly, Sunderland won it. Sunderland, championship side Sunderland won the FA Cup over Chelsea. If we go... That is insane. Season before, Chelsea won it over Liverpool. Season before that, Arsenal winning. And in the first season, it was Liverpool winning it. 4-0 over Nottingham Forest. I'm stunned, genuinely, that Sunderland have won that. And, you know, makes it all the more clear that, you know, we probably could have won that. Going to the League Cup, if we can. Carabao Cup, League Cup thing. Won by Tottenham this year on penalties over Liverpool. Season before, it was Liverpool on penalties over Tottenham, so a bit of revenge there. Is this a joke? Okay, it's been 3 years in a row that it's been Liverpool and Tottenham. That's crazy. So 3-1, Tottenham beat Liverpool in the 23-24 season. The first season, it was very, very weird. Crystal Palace won it on penalties over Aston Villa. And then we've had 3 years of Tottenham and Liverpool, I don't know, trading it back and forth, which is really interesting. Champions League is the next one. So this season, the final is between FA Cup finalists Chelsea and Bayern Munich. Last year it was Liverpool beating Bayern Munich in Munich as well. Neutral venue. Yeah, righto. Is that... Yeah, I was like, hang on. Theirs is called Allianz or something. Anyway. Year before that, why is it taking us to round 16? Here we go. Arsenal won the final over Leipzig. And in the first year it was Bayern Munich, who have made 3 of 4 finals. Winning it in extra time over Tottenham. So, some weird things are happening. As for, I don't know what else we checked. We checked the Euros or something. I don't know. How do we get to the Euros? How do we get? Give me a second. So the Euro in 2024, you can see here it was France with a goal from Tchouaméni beating Serbia in the final, which is pretty cool to see Serbia getting that far in. Of course, that was in 2024, so the next one will be in 2 years' time from now. I don't remember who won the World Cup, but if we go here, the holders are Brazil. So, how do we... Here we go. That's not the final. How do you... Dude, what's happening? Here we go. Let's all the way through to the final where Vinicius and Claudinho gave Brazil, the win in the World Cup final over Uruguay, 2-0. They win the World Cup. This year, of course, is a World Cup year. We did have a number of players called up for like the initial squads, and it's come way down. Like Ryan Cherky got called up for France for the World Cup, but it must have been like, you know how they choose like bigger squads and then narrow it down a bit. So I think he got cut, which is pretty sad. Alban Lafont's going though, so 1 out of 2 isn't too bad, I suppose. What else do we care about? What do people care about? Who's winning in Spain and stuff, I guess. How do I do that? 2 seconds. So looking at Spain, probably exactly what you'd expect. Real Madrid won the first year, second year, Real Madrid, third year, Real Madrid, this year, Real Madrid. That's good. If you were watching the last video, Barcelona was a team of interest because Maurizio Sarri, hopefully, he still hasn't signed a new contract, so he may leave at the end of this season, which, it wasn't a fantastic season for them. I mean, they got knocked out in the round of 16 by Bayern Munich, so eventual finalists. They also finished, as you see here, second in the league. They actually jumped up a lot in the final weeks. They were down in, I feel like it was like 4th or 5th or something anyway. But, that's who's won that one. Bundesliga, I mean, we can all guess how this one's gone. Stages. Here we go. This season, Bayern Munich by 23 points. Last season, Bayern Munich by 14 points. Oof, close on. Year before that, Bayern Munich by 13 points. Year before that, Bayern Munich only by 3 though. That would have been a good one. What a run in that would have been. I wonder how soon. Can't tell. Anyway, that's how the Bundesliga's going. Even more interestingly, let's go to Ligue 1. It is PSG winning this year, of course. The year before, PSG by 11 points, PSG by 10 points, PSG by 10 points. So, very interesting there. Serie A this season is going down to the final day. 3 teams can win it, potentially, depending on how it goes. But it is the 2 Milan teams equal on points on the final day. That is absolutely epic. If they're playing each other, that would be like the most epic thing in foot. No, they've got Bologna, and Inter have got Frosinone. I always think of Frozone. So Pep Guardiola's Milan, Diego Simeone's Inter, fighting out for it on the final day, versus the teams that are in 10th and 15th. Napoli also in it, still under Luciano Spalletti. They've got Fiorentina on the final day, so they're in it, but you'd expect the other teams to win their games, I think. As for the other seasons, first season it was Milan winning it by 8 points. I don't know what I was going to say. So I think that means they won it back to back then, because this is the year that, as you can see down here, Juventus dropped 15 points, ended up finishing 7th, which is pretty decent. Milan then won it again. Inter then won it. Milan finishing 3rd. Roma finishing 2nd. And then that brings us through to this year. No real surprises as to who is finishing where there. Let's talk about our team. A fairly average time since we were last here. Look, it hasn't been exciting. It hasn't been the most electric or exciting time, especially as we look forward for the team trying to, do things. We went to Tottenham, drew 0-0. I'm pretty okay with that. Like getting a 0-0 draw away at a place like Tottenham, that's pretty okay. We then beat Everton 3-2 thanks to goals from 2 for Eklenkamp, 1 for Tony. They opened the scoring and then got a consolation through Brennan Johnson and Dwight McNeil at the end. 2-2 at Manchester City, which is amazing because it was a 90th minute equaliser. A red card for Ivan Toney. His 3rd of the season. Like, no joke, his 3rd. Can you see this? Yellow cards 4, red cards 3. Just 3 straight red cards. I don't understand it. I don't know what's happening. But he got a 5-match ban for that, so he's missing today's game. Because he won't get. Anyway, people want him. I'd probably sell him in the summer if one of them comes in with an actual offer, because he's 30 now. He's probably not actually worth 60 million anymore. Yeah, he's worth closer to 40, so I'm just going to remove that so people don't think that I'm asking for 60 million for him, because I'm probably okay with selling him if, like, 20 goals in 32 games is very good, and he's exceeding his XG, which we can't say for the rest of the team. Just the 3 red cards, man. What are you doing? Obviously, like, just pissed. Anyway, I'll go to something else shortly. We then drew 0-0 with Watford, uneventful, except you can just about see. So we've got an injury here to Kamada, an injury here to Damsgaard, and you can just see the top of it, just above my, where am I? Here, just here. Aaron Hickey also got injured. So we had 3 people need to get substituted for injuries, which is ridiculous. By the end, Aaron Hickey, when he got injured, I couldn't replace him because I made all my subs, because I think his was in like the 80th minute or something like that. We then beat Blackburn 2-0 thanks to Daniel Marlin getting a double. You can see here, he is up to 18 goal involvements this season, so he's not actually that far behind like Ivan Toney, who's got 22, so his best season for us, and maybe it is because we've changed the kind of forward he is. Like, he was previously being a complete forward rather, and having to, drop back and be more a part of the build-up. Now we're playing with a poacher, so someone who's not involved in the build-up at all. The build-up is all between, the way that we're playing out from the back with our 2 centre-backs and our half-back, our inverted wide backs, our Mazzalas, our inside forwards, and then the striker is just there to put the icing on the cake. The final touch, just don't do anything else, because we don't need you to. I'm going to remove that. If someone wants to come in with an offer, we'll listen to them. We then had a 0-0 draw away at Chelsea. Again, decent result. I'll take that. I think they were the better side, but is what it is. We then didn't have a great time out against Leicester last time out. So 2 goals for Marcus Edwards. We then get 1 back through Ekkelenkamp. 1 for Anel Ahmed Hodzic. I don't know how to say it, but the first name is funny. Batsendacker then made it look even worse than it really was, but pretty average time. If we look at the squad, let's have a look at the squad and just think, look, Ethan Pinnock leaving, Matthias Jensen leaving, Christian Norgard leaving. They have contracts expiring. Then Mads Roerslev will explore options at the end of his contract, which expires in 1 more season. And then he came to me and said that he wants to move to a bigger club, like Aston Villa, Leeds and Fiorentina. Very much not bigger clubs. If we look at the league table, Aston Villa are 16th, Leeds are getting promoted. So enjoy those bigger clubs, Mads. You absolute prick. Plenty of people that are wanted, like Rico Henry here, Nico Williams wanted by Leeds as well. Atletico Madrid want Janelt, Hickey's wanted, Daniel Marlin wanted, Tony wanted, plenty of interesting people. So there may be turnover, we'll see. We do know though that Pinnock's leaving, Jensen and Christian Norgard are leaving. So 3 spots at least, 2 turnover. Should we stay here, basically? If we look at the goals, we do have 3 people in double figures now, which is absolutely sensational. 20 for Ivan Toney, 11 for Ekkelenkamp, 10 for Daniel Marlin. 8 for Elise is pretty sensational when you consider he's also got 10 assists, so he has got 18 goal involvements as well. 16 then for Deutsche Kamada with 7 goals, 9 assists. Damsgaard getting up there as well with 13 now, and Shirky getting up to 10 as well, which is pretty sensational. So all in all, we probably have had one of our better all-round seasons. Look, obviously last season is the best season. I get that. We've had a down season compared to that, but we've actually not performed as bad as it looks. If, for instance, we go to the Premier League, I think it's here. So we're 10th, right? And we're gonna finish 10th. We're gonna finish 10th, maybe 11th, if worst comes to worst, right? If you look at the XG table, we're the 7th best. So had we have not been -4 on our goals expected and +9 on our XG against, we're 4 points worse off than where we should be. So we still maybe wouldn't be, exactly challenging for Europe, but teams like how the hell have West Ham got 17 more points than they should have? And 9 for Leicester and Tottenham here. That is mental when we've got we're this high up the table, but we're underperforming. It doesn't make sense. But as I said, I think it sort of shows that we aren't as bad as we look, basically. So we have performed better than it looks. We just need to bit of change over the squad. We are narrowing down the tactics. I'm pretty happy with them as they stand. They're not leading to ridiculous results. I guess the Leicester one obviously outstanding from that. But at the end of the day, we might leave. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Should we stay? Should we go? Who should we buy? All those sorts of things. We'll probably need like a defender, like a central defender, a central midfielder like another Kamada or another Ecklenkamp, that sort of ilk. And then maybe another left winger to sort of in tandem with Shirky on the left-hand side. Because if you missed last episode, Damsgaard, I'm trying to be one of our other midfielders. So when Jensen and Norgard go, we only need to replace one of them because we need to get a winger instead because Damsgaard's come into midfield, basically. Anyway, my throat hurts a little bit. Let's head to today's lineup. We'll have a little bit of a look after through our season wrap-up thing as well, so let's get through to it. So the lineup we will be going with then is Lafont in goals, a back pairing of Ndika and Aya. The wide backs will be Williams on the left, Roslev on the right, with Norgard at the half-back, with Janelt and Ecklenkamp ahead of him. Wingers, Shirky and Elise, striker Daniel Marlin, not too much to talk about with any of it. Probably the reasoning, actually, you know what we should do? We should play Ben Godfrey more. Alright, Ben Godfrey can come on for Janelt. I know that Janelt obviously has performed better, but I like the idea of Norgard as a Mazzala more. So Godfrey's going to play half-back. Norgard's going to go ahead into midfield. Janelt drops to the bench. A lot of players still just on their way back, like Hickey and Kamada and Henry here. Damsgaard not quite. He's fit, but, probably shouldn't. Of course, Ivan Toney not involved today. Pinnock doesn't make the bench. It's the last chance for him to make an appearance for Brighton, but I don't know. Whatever. Let's go. Let's do it. Obviously, a bit of a lackluster last game, I guess. It doesn't really mean a whole lot for us. I mean, for them, they're trying to get Europe. If we can spoil their party, I guess that's cool. But I don't care. That's not exactly a great motivation for us. Here is our beautiful lineup. About to change, of course. This fella playing his last game for us. Looking at their lineup, David Raya is still their backup goalkeeper. You can see here we sold him for 30 million and he's been a backup keeper ever since. Had offers to leave a couple of times and hasn't quite eventuated, I guess. So Newcastle today starting off on the same amount of points as Chelsea, hoping that they can easily beat us and Chelsea get stumped elsewhere. After this highlight, 40 seconds in highlight, Elise on the right, back to Roslev. Godfrey now looks for Elise, jinks past his defender, doesn't quite get it past Javi Galan. Now Newcastle on the break, I don't know what that name is now. Bellanova out for Willock, back into Bruno G. Isak now, back for Willock, back for Isak. That's not a good start for us. That's a very good start for them, though. 25th goal of the season for Alex Isak. And they just absolutely ripped through us back to front. I mean, Nico Williams nearly won the ball there, probably at the edge of the box. But really, at the end of it, they just rinsed through us. It went to Nico Williams and he passed it into Willock, basically, is what happened there. So that's good. That's a good start. I guess very much the opposite of last game. I've changed this to the league table so that we can see the changings and goings on and things like that. But that's good. We're losing already. I think the table may not have. Oh, there we go. Okay, as I was saying, it updated. Newcastle jumping over Chelsea to take the European spot. As for next season, obviously it'll be exciting either way. If we do move on, I mean, obviously the Barcelona one obviously would be exciting and interesting because I haven't managed Barcelona in years because it feels boring, but because it feels like they just should be good, But it'd be interesting to go there and try and see how quickly we can win the Champions League. I know that they've got rid of Ansu Fati and what's his name? Araujo is at Manchester City, and so it'd be interesting to try and build them up into some sort of a dynasty. They haven't obviously won a league title this entire series, so it'd be good to help them out there. But as we have a chance here with Elise scoring, get in there, 9th goal of the season. I always love seeing Michael Elise score because he feels like the biggest part of this series to me. He feels like the cornerstone player for the future of the team. Anyway, that's my opinion anyway. It was Rorslev down the right-hand side, does well to turn back and find Eckelenkamp, passes inside to Elise, turns, finishes beautifully into the bottom corner. You love to see it. Back to the Barcelona thing. I'm not necessarily expecting to get that job if it does become available. It's more so that I would expect then to be a flow-on effect. So if, for instance, Pep Guardiola got the job, he's currently at AC Milan, so AC Milan becomes available, and they're quite good right now, apparently. So, it's an exciting time and an interesting time, and I guess we'll have to pay attention and see what happens. And sorry about that terrible cut in the editing there. My dog went absolutely mental. You guys do have the chance to have a say. Do you think we should stay? Do you think we should go? Good ball over the top there from Shirky to Eckelenkamp. Who's through? Who's scoring? We are sending Chelsea to the Champions League, I guess. I mean, it's not that exciting, is it? And in like the last season when we made the Champions League, we finished 6th. So Newcastle could still definitely make the Champions League. It's, it doesn't really matter. Eckelenkamp gets on the end of it. Mendy screws up, basically. He's not great at coming sort of outside of his box or being like a sweeper keeper, I guess. That's not necessarily his strength. He's not a Neuer or an Edison or something, but Jesus, another highlight after 23 minutes. Headed away by Ugarte. Ruslev battling with Isak there. We'll ignore that because we don't care. Elise now on the ball again. Back to Aya. Aya out to Elise. Looks for Marlon. Can't quite find him. Headed back to Mendy. As I said, let me know what you think. Should we try and get the Barcelona job? Should we go anywhere else? Should we stick through it with Brentford? Let me know what you reckon. Nico Williams misses his header from the long clearance. Willock, Isak off the post. Wow. And Ndika gets one out for a throw-in. That was an absolute... terrible football. That was back to... like a throwback to Newcastle being managed by Sam Allardyce. Here is Eustaquio. Oh my days! That nearly took the net with it. That was quite an effort. Eustaquio. Who the heck is that? No idea who that is, but my goodness, he's got some anger issues. He's taking it all out on the ball there. That was stunning. Oh my god. Headed away by someone. I don't know. But then no one... Why do we not have someone on the edge of the box? Might need to change that. But that is... There's nothing we could have done about that shot. Like, Alvin Lafont has got no hope. Just got to hope that someone got in the road of it, really. But that takes it back to 2-2. Quite a exciting match, this one. After, not the best time of it against Wolves in the last video. It was not the most interesting, but that's fine. We'll look forward to this one, hopefully not petering out into a boring second half. We'll see. 36 minutes in, that's crazy. And we dropped down to 11th because Everton are now winning. Is what it is. I'm not too fussed about that. Oh, he's got a stubbed finger. Oh, honey. Honey boy, are you okay? Poor guy, he's got a stubbed little fingy. That's sad, my poor little baby boy. Alright, anyway, it's almost half time. Genuinely, really though, they've been the better side. We're pretty lucky to be in it. Sort of benefiting from Edouard Mendy screwing the pooch on that one. And we are going to... Let's not say that we've been the better team, because that would be a lie. That would be a straight up lie. We are going to instead tell them we owe them after whatever it was that happened last time. Sure, something happened. Another highlight here just into the second half. I'm almost out of breath and out of words to say. I don't know. Ibanez bringing it forward to Willock, who seems to be playing out on the right, which is working out for them. I don't know. Bellanova then tackled by Nico Williams, back to Ben Godfrey. Looks long for Shirky probably, yep. Who takes on that right back Bellanova or whatever it was. Shirky into the box. Back to Norgard on the edge of the box. Oh, terrible clearance there. Eckelenkamp wins it back. Norgard now again on the ball. Long effort, not quite winning any fans with that one. Elise retrieves. Swings it in towards Shirky, free at the back post. Surely you do better than that. That is terrible. Surely, either side of the keeper. Take it on the chest. Have it. There was no one within an acre of him. But, good chance created. And I do like how we are spread out. It's showing that we're using the width of the pitch or whatever. I don't know. Sounds like a good thing. Another highlight here. Man, this is breathless stuff. Ndika forward for Nico Williams. For Shirky back to Ndika. Yes, let's hold on to the ball. Norgard. Now we'll look for Ruslev to Godfrey, our halfback king. it looks like a quarterback there with that ball for Elise. Galan nearly ruins it. Then Mendy clears it out. Nico Williams wins it back for our beautiful Brentford side. Nico Williams still on it. Back for Godfrey it'll be. Godfrey then looks for Rorslev. Screws it up. Terrible pass. Taram now on the counter. Estaquio. I don't know how to say it, man. Crosses it for Isak. Oh, just over the bar. Good chance. Would like to not concede such good, easy counter-attacks where they just sprint through us, but, you know, at the end of the day, don't do stupid passes across midfield like that, and we won't. That's how it works. 62 minutes in, let's make some changes. Stop it. Let's go with... Daniel Marlin can probably come off. Who have we got? Yeah, let's give Balogun a run. Let's give Balogun a run. He scored a late winner in his debut. Why not in the end of the season as well? Other than that, who have we got? Yeah, Rico Henry can come on. Why not? And who else? Maybe Jensen should come on. Where's Jensen? Here he is. He should come on. Norgard, you can take your flowers, mate. And we'll get Jensen on for his final appearance for us, because heck me if I'm renewing that contract. And not trying to move forward, you know? Like, as much as, you know, he's been a servant or whatever the hell, he's been great for the club, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to move forward in as a club, staying with these sorts of things. Everton are now losing. Were they not winning earlier? Or are they drawing and they were winning earlier? Maybe that's what it is. 75 minutes in, we'll make more changes. We've got 2 left. May as well make them. Who have we got? All right, Aya's having a horrid time of it. We'll bring on Janelt and move Ben Godfrey back in there. And then last change, why not bring on Mbuemo for a final appearance of this season? He can come on for Michael Elise. Let's give it a dang red hot. Exactly what we've been doing for the previous 77 minutes, and just sort of hoping that it works out. Geez, that's incredibly tight, but like ahead of us, like 65 points is just ahead of us. That's crazy. And through to 4th is like 69 or 70 or something. Another highlight here, Ecklenkamp. Oh, Mbuemo's in. Mbuemo scoring, assisted by following Balogun. That was only a couple of minutes after coming on. That is wonderful management, really. That's the only thing you could say. Very good movement. Good move, I mean. Janelt here finds Ecklenkamp. Ecklenkamp, good ball into Balogun. Touches it off for Mbuemo, just inside the defender. The left back there. Touch into the box. Good finish in the bottom corner. And we are up 3-2. Beautiful stuff. See, this is the sort of team we can be. When we're scoring, this is what can happen. Headed away there by Ndika from the Saint-Maximin free kick. Ecklenkamp on the counter now. Someone ahead of him who doesn't know how to run. Shirky out on the left. What can he do? He can completely ruin the momentum. All right, Shirky back into Janelt. Janelt, big ball over the top for Mbuemo. All right, that probably should have been a goal too. But this is the sort of thing we can do. We've had some great results this season as well. Like, we've beaten Manchester City, we've beaten Manchester United, we've beaten Barcelona. Oh dear. Alright, well, it's 3-3 against Newcastle. They're a good side now, so... Alright, let's go for it. Why not go for it, man? Let's just start getting the ball forward quicker and... Goodness, I don't want to talk about this goal because it's just stupid. It's just stupid whatever happened with Evan Ndika. You got with just a lobbed ball forward, and Ndika just failed to reach the ball. He just decided not to go for it, and then Isak gets to just meander on through to goals, lightly lob the ball over Alban Lafont's foot. And yes, I'll go with those tactical changes, you schmuck. Of course I will. Man, it's just annoying, isn't it? It's just annoying. Because... You know, we have played well. We've kept the ball well. They've created good chances on counters. But then we've just given them a goal like that. Given them, you know, a point back in it. And, well, at the end of the day, none of it matters. Because, I mean, well, Chelsea have won. So they were always going to finish ahead of Newcastle. And Everton didn't win. So we were always going to finish ahead of them. Alright, here we are, very quickly, because I've already been recording for 35 minutes and this feels like it's going to be a very long video otherwise. Here is the end of season recap. Only the 2 signings? I don't understand. We signed Jurgen Ecklenkamp, very good. I'm happy with that signing. He'll be here for another few years, being as good as he is. Balogun, he was free, don't really care. Probably get rid of him eventually. Transfers out. we made a bunch, whatever. Loans out. Some decent ones. Amari Hutchinson, who was a free transfer last season, didn't have a great time down at Elche, but other people had a better time, like this fella, Yehor Yarmoliuk, I don't know. He has been named in the international side, so he's Ukrainian. Angelini here, goalkeeper, has been named in the Scottish side for the World Cup. So, you know, got some good people there. Wellington Jose looks like he's not progressing well, but that's fine. He's been out on loan in the second division of Spain, playing okay. So he'll probably get another loan next season, let's be honest. Next up, C+ for a top finish, or top half finish. That's fine with me. Champions League, B- because we reached the knockout round. Pretty content with that. Again, some pretty good results, like beating Besiktas, beating everyone. Whoever we beat, I'm happy with it. So beating Besiktas, Ajax, Barcelona. I mean, the Olympiacos one is less exciting, but, you know, exciting nonetheless in spirit. Northampton, we played well. Luton, we didn't, but we got through eventually. That's what matters. Unlike when we versed Luton in the Carabao Cup, and they knocked us out. So that's cool. Goal of the season is Ecklenkamp. All right. Match to remember, for whatever reason, is a 93rd minute winner, I suppose. That's pretty good. Big win, 5-0, of course. We'll go to this one and watch Ecklenkamp's goal, our goal of the season for this season. Let's have a little looky-loo, because I don't remember it. Here we go. Henry out on the left, plays it forward for Jensen. Jensen, big lobbed ball over the top for Ecklenkamp, who hits it. That was a rubbish goal of the season, I gotta say. Moving on, finances should be better, because we played in the Champions League and we did in the season before, but somehow we've gone down in broadcast revenue. Maybe would that be because of our finish in the Premier League was less good? I guess, like, sponsorship's gone up, competition's gone up heaps, match day has gone up, of course, the rest of it's gone up substantially, but then because we finished 10th instead of 6th, it's gone down in that. Does that make sense? Team of the season, of course, it is Lafont, Godfrey Ayer, Nico Rico, Vitaly Janelt. Couple of centre-mids there are Kamada and Ecklenkamp, Elise, Damsgaard, Tony. Tactical style is wing play. I don't really know why, but I'll take it. I think when we were with Sevilla, every year it just said clean slate, and I have no idea what that means. Wing play, at least, like, you can sort of glean what that might mean. Clean slate just sort of, like, makes it sound like you just sort of go out there and do whatever, you know? I don't know. Just doesn't sound good. In terms of accolades, we, as a manager, did absolutely nothing. Club awards, player of the season was Ecklenkamp. Young player, of course, Michael Elise, who's now 24. Ecklenkamp gets signing the season, goal of the season. Top scorer is, of course, Tony. Assists is Elise. Most player of the match is Ecklenkamp. Daichi Kamada gets highest average rating, with most passes per 90 being Janelt, playing a combination, I guess, of the Mazzala and the halfback. New records, worst discipline, which is great. Elise, 10 assists is the most in the season so far, and the most player of the matches goes to Jurgen. I think the previous record was 4. So, you know, that's good. Competition awards, nothing. Moving on. We looked a class above in the first couple of... Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Is that true? That's not true. Surely. And let's have a look at our manager timeline. A bunch of stuff. I don't know. What? I hate this. I don't... Making it rain. Alright, raking it in. I don't even know what we did, man. Anyway, that'll wrap up season number 3, 4. Third full season. It'll wrap up the 25-26 season. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do let me know whether we should leave. This might be the last time you see us at Brentford. Who knows? Next video will be the start of next season, whether it is Brentford, whether it is Barcelona, or anything in between. I'll see you there. Peace.